Hey, this is Duncan MacPherson with Pareto Systems. I apologize for the wind, but I wanted to share this with you. If you've seen the blue square method by now, you know that the Q in the word square is highlighted because we want to focus on helping our community achieve both qualitative and quantitative success. So qualitative is meaningful. Quantitative, of course, is measurable. We want everybody to make meaningful and measurable progress in a reasonable period of time. Now, one of the most fulfilling qualitative breakthroughs that we see is the restoration of enthusiasm for one's role. Okay, so many of the people we talk to, they've been doing this for a long time, and sometimes it gets a little stale, hit a plateau, and we want to just bring back the concept of the calling of what they do. Now, you think of the word enthusiasm, it stems from the Greek word entheos, which is God within. Okay, so within that, we really want to amplify one's internal, like their self-motivation. So the more someone adopts best practices, creates refinements and optimization, they bring back liberation and order to their business and their life, which also restores one's enthusiasm. Now that's all fine and good. I mean, it's meaningful when somebody shifts from, okay, I have to do this to I get to do this. But how do we get there? Well, one of the commonalities among the people we talk to is time. Okay, so some people think of this as semantics. We don't talk about time management, we talk about time allocation. How do you allocate time? If you remember 7 Habits by Stephen Covey, he talked about the difference between focusing on what's important versus what's urgent. I mean, the demands on our time are intense. Texts, emails, phone calls, HR issues, I mean, on and on. But what's important? Like today, for example, I'm doing a presentation. That's the most important thing I can do today. And it's not just the presentation, it's the preparation for the presentation and then the follow-up of that presentation. Now, I'll do other things today, but getting that presentation right and framing it properly, that's important. Now, of course, having a scheduled presentation, that makes it easy. But on a daily basis, we have to schedule time, block time to work on our business. Now, remember, 80% of our productivity stems from 20% of our activity. I often say, you don't want the business running you, you want to run the business. Jim Rohn said, don't try to get through the day, get from the day. If you blocked an hour a day, every day, to focus on what's important, above and beyond appointments, phone calls, meetings, but to work on the business 1 hour a day, and let that compound, becomes a habit, becomes a ritual, takes on a life of its own. When it comes to habits, sometimes we have to convince ourselves, I don't want to do this, but I have to do this. You think about exercise, we have to do that. Well, once we get into a groove with these habits and they really start to compound, it shifts from I have to do this to I want to do this. Becomes part of our day-to-day regimen. We put distance between ourselves and the pack and our former selves, and we start moving in the direction of the best version of ourselves. So think of the qualitative along with the quantitative. Focus on enthusiasm and how we can protect that and restore that. And that's meaningful. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you. This is Duncan MacPherson with Pareto Systems. Make it a great day.